Guy is slightly more evolved. And he's only more evolved because he's been alone his whole life. He's been living on his own. He's been forced to use the environment around him to survive. And it's an interesting kind of group because the Croods need Guy and Guy needs the Croods because he doesn't have a family and he's lonely, and they need him to survive. I can relate to that, survivalist mentality. I grew up in Canada, and I did in 10th grade I did a program where I spent almost a year in survival school, which I loved. So you learn how to make fire out of nothing, and you learn how to, eat things that aren't going to, instantly kill you. So that was great, and that's kind of Guy. A day of on an anime film, it's frighteningly easy. I would love to be able to give you some sort of sob story about how they, it's just a whipping line, but it was easy. You spend 2 hours in a booth, you go as over the top as you can, and then they invite you to come back 2 months later and do it again. So it's a great job. I would totally win the award for Best Caveman Torso. I think they gave me a really nice upper body in this movie. I didn't have a shirt once. It was, I often wondered about the practicality of that, but yeah, I think I'll win that award.
Eldest daughter of the Croods, and she is ready to break out of the cave and stop living in the dark. And I mean that metaphorically and literally. They're in a cave in the dark all the time, and she wants to follow the light. So I think we can all relate to wanting to break out of our, family dynamic and follow our own path, and she's definitely in that headspace. Definitely a family movie. I think it appeals to all ages, and there's jokes for everybody, and the message is one we all need to remember on a daily basis, which is living in the moment and really live and don't just survive. The day is a lot shorter than a live-action movie. It's like 3 hours, and it's only once every couple of months, so it's the greatest job in the world. It's so much fun, and you can't go too big. So that's really exciting because I feel like a human cartoon most of the time.
DreamWorks has had a pretty long-standing reputation of making films that are, appealing to everyone. I mean, to adults, kids alike. I mean, that's kind of the reason they're at the top of the game. I think, it's when you see their films, as an adult, you're as entertained as your kid is. There's jokes that are targeted for you. There's jokes that are targeted for them.